Okay, this bedroom. Now there must have been some sort of a water event here. You
Oh
can
yeah,
see
I did not even notice
some
that before.
like a mildew or mold-like material there. So I checked that. I tested it with the moisture meter. There's no active moisture there, but I would just cut that out, you know,
Yeah.
and get rid of it.
Yep, absolutely.
It just, you know, and when you do it, put on a mask and put on gloves just so you don't breathe anything, any materials that might become airborne. But here's your electrical panel. It's a newer panel right here. Okay, I got inside there. Everything's good in there. There's no problems in this sub panel as well. No problems, but there's no ID. They didn't identify anything.
They didn't like label everything except for the dryer.
So that's not hard to do. It's just two people job. Like maybe you're upstairs in the living room and you're down here wanting to flip that breaker and
See, I yell.
yeah, that's the living room. Okay,
Yeah.
and you
Yep.
label it. Okay. All right, very good. Through here, this bathroom. Oops, we're in the utility room here. So I checked the washer and dryer. Everything seemed to be okay with that hot and cold water standpipe for the drain. That goes out right there. Okay. And that's one of the cleanouts for the plumbing right there.
Okay.
Pretty new water heater, like I said. No problems with that. Okay. Now here, I've got this tape up here because this flue pipe gets pretty warm when the water heater runs. This is where the carbon monoxide expels up through that chimney in the roof. This gets pretty warm. This is a single wall flue. If you have, this can't be within 3 inches of any combustible material. This is a double wall flue, but it still is not supposed to be within 1 inch of any combustible material. You can see how close it is. So I know it's been that way for a while. It's pretty easy just to take a knife and cut that out of there a
Yep,
little
simple
ways.
to do, but on the off chance that something happened, it
Yeah,
would, you know,
right.
prevent an issue.
It does get kind of hot. Okay. Now down here, your furnace is pretty new, like I said, but they did a no-no here. They've run, this is black iron that they normally use for gas lines. They can use these little flexible lines like this, but they're not supposed to run these flexible lines through the cabinet of the furnace. Okay, he did put a grommet around it. There's a rubber grommet around it, but that is against building code. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have black iron. They're supposed to at least run black iron through that hole, then they can put flex on it afterwards. Okay?
Yep.
So I know, like I say, he's got a rubber grommet around it. I wouldn't be afraid of it. We're just concerned about vibrations from the furnace possibly cutting this line on the sharp edge of this. Although they put the rubber grommet there, but still, I'm just saying what the rules are. You're not supposed to run
Well,
that.
that's your job, is pointing out the rules.
Yeah.
Okay. What a nice house, though. It just really
It is, isn't it?
It's gonna work so well for,
It is.
for them.
Yeah.
Okay, this sink is loose from the wall. They did a good job of attempting to secure it. We like this secured because the plumbing components, the water lines and the drain line could possibly leak if it gets bumped around. So the drain is leaking a little bit, dripping.
Okay.
There's not a super bad concern because if you use the sink, it's just going to drip into the floor drain anyway. But the drain is leaking under here. And this cold water supply line has no stopping point.
Oh.
It goes around and around. So not a big deal, except we like a stopping point so we know it's off, right? So,
Yeah.
all right, how am I going to get it shut off now? Or will I?
Close.
Ooh,
There you go.
Oh.
A new faucet's like $60.
Yeah.
Or the device inside there, sometimes it's just a cartridge displaced inside there. And it kind of got that same thing going on in the tub.
So like this ceiling here, that's nothing. It's just ceiling just needs to. These brackets just need to be fixed or what have you. So there's nothing wrong up there.
It's not required to have a ceiling in this room.
Okay.
So yeah, it is what it is. I got the same thing in my basement too, and some paint. Whoever did it before we bought the house, I like what you did. You know, they try to make it look cool.
Yeah.
Which is okay, and then they put a clear, one here by the lights. Normally, you can at the hardware store, and I've had to buy them before because sometimes they fall out and break on the floor.
Yeah.
But you can buy. It isn't clear; it's opaque, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yep.
So you put that up in there, and then it looks nicer.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Trying to make the laundry room look nice.
Yeah. They did put a vent in the door for good combustion air supply for the furnace and water heater
Good.
in this room. Okay. All right, and here we got a bar sink. And we got an outlet closed, so we should have a GFCI there, like we talked about. Oh, and there was an outlet by that laundry sink we just left too that needed a GFCI too.
Okay.
Okay. This door, exterior door, the deadbolt works, but this lock does not.
Okay.
Okay, you can buy a new lock.
That's the lower lock. Yeah.
I would assume you do that anyway when you get the house. You buy new locks
I would
anyway.
always
Yeah.
recommend that. Yeah.
So